Notes on my floor, plans that I drew, every red line pulling me from you. I chased every road till the roads ran out. Now it's cracked dry ground and a quiet doubt. But in the still, I hear you call my name through the static of my shame. You're my true north when the compass bends, when the night pulls hard and the dark creeps in. You cut through the noise with love that won't move. Jesus, you're the center. Every road comes back to you.
And we are live and having technical difficulties, but welcome back to True North Christian Media. My name's Matt.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Vance.
And we're glad that you're with us today.
It's all just user error.
What's that?
It's all just user error.
Yeah.
It's not technical.
Well, no, technically Discord decided to stop working and y'all froze. Either that or the whatever y'all did was just fantastically played out. So
Oh yeah, Matt gave us a great idea.
I'll be able to tell.
Nah, well, you couldn't before.
Oh
Well, because it was legit frozen. I was like, I was waiting for just the slightest movement and I never saw it. I was like, okay, something's messed up.
Well, when we were like 2 minutes to and you just dropped off, I was like, oh, this isn't good.
Yeah.
What do we do in this scenario?
Yeah. Wait for me. I guess.
I was gonna say you have all of the technologies.
I know.
Yeah, just sit here till he comes back to life. So.
Yeah. Oh goodness.
3 days later.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we have somebody that I am not 100% sure of who it is. Let me see.
Right.
Allison Baker commented on our giveaway. So that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's my YouTube not buffering. This is no bueno.
That's all on you.
It is all I mean. I don't like it.
So how was y'all's day today?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Okay.
No complaints.
A very full day.
Yeah.
Very full.
Which animal place did you go to? Or in what town?
We went to the Oklahoma City Zoo
Oh, okay.
today.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's about an hour and 45-minute drive for us, but
Yeah.
it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's a cool zoo.
We actually we had a so it was a cool visit, not for because we saw anything. We didn't end up doing the dinosaur exhibit thing they have going on because it cost extra, and we're kind of kicking around the idea of going back and doing that because it seems fun and it's like, you know, how often are your kids this age and interested and wanting to look at that stuff and
Yeah.
excited about it, you know.
Yeah.
But we were there and the bears were up and moving around.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and one of them actually one of the grizzlies came down and swam in the pool right in front of the walkway.
Mm-hmm.
So they got really close and the kids got to see it. One of the tigers was up walking around growling because she was walking around her enclosure looking for her cub that was just sitting over here in the corner silently watching her. And so that was cool. So we got to stand right there while the tiger walked around and went right. It's like, oh, that sounds very, very intimidating. The otters were out playing, so the kids got to see the otters play.
Normal or
And
giant?
what
Normal or giant?
uh the giant sea otters? No, these were freshwater American
Oh,
freshwater otters. Water otters.
I didn't know there was giant ones. I didn't know
yeah, they're
the
like
Like
6 feet tall.
no,
huh.
no, not those.
Where do those
And
reside?
Let me find out. I'm sorry to cut you off, Vincent. I'm sorry.
the other thing that was really cool was so we went over to the exhibit where there was a mountain lion, and the mountain lion's there sitting on like its little canopy thing, just kind of lazing around, being lazy. But there's a enclosure with swift fox next to it, and one of them came out, and the second it came out, that lion went into stalking mode and got down out of its little perch and started like creeping around trying to get closer to that swift fox, like it was going to get through the fence in between the enclosures. And I was like, good on you for trying and putting on a show, but it was fun to watch. So we got to watch a number of animals do fun stuff, so that was exciting for the kids.
Dude, could you
Holy
imagine if it actually
smokes.
did though? Like that, I don't know if that would be awesome or traumatizing.
That's a huge otter.
I mean, I'd be there for it. Like, guys, this is so cool. Like watching a mountain lion rip a 5-pound fox through a hole that big in a fence. Like, man,
Horrible but
we're not even
awesome
on
to
the deep
watch.
web.
Yeah, the giant river otters, yeah, they're like 6 feet tall. They are
Tall or
ridiculous.
long? Like if they stood
Okay,
up on their hind legs, would they be 6 feet tall? Because that's like
I
fair.
think that 6 feet is including tail, so long.
Okay,
You are
because
correct.
the alligator was also out. It was out
Ooh.
of the water, and it was actually almost right underneath the walkway, so you could look down, and I could actually step out how long the alligator was. Turns out it's about 7 feet long.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
I realized I'd let my kids down
Why?
because I'm standing there staring at that alligator. I'm like, nah, I've seen Steve Irwin do it. I bet I could wrestle that gator. And they're like, who's Steve Irwin? I'm like,
Oh, you have let him down.
oh,
Oh no.
Oh. How
man.
long ago did
Listen,
he
there's
pass? How long has that
Like
been?
it was 2007, 2008, somewhere around there.
Holy
was it
smoke.
that long ago?
His son
Bro,
was
we're
just on
old.
Dancing with the Stars.
Didn't he die too?
And
Wait,
his
wait,
son?
he
No, his
no,
son's
I thought his son
his
just
son is
died.
thriving. No, he just had a kid.
No, there was something about him. Steve Irwin, son. Was death rolled by a 14-foot crocodile?
Is he dead though?
I don't know. This was like
I
5
think
hours ago. Oh, it says
yeah,
he
but
survives. Okay. I started seeing stuff across the news like a day ago about it. Dancing with the Stars winner Robert Irwin was death rolled by a 14-foot crocodile. And then 5 hours ago, Steve Irwin's son survives getting death rolled by a 14-foot monster croc named Jimmy Fallon. It's only funny because he survived.
He passed away in 2006. What?
Yeah, that's wild. I can't believe it's been.
Why do I feel like he didn't meet his terrible demise until after I graduated high school? That's wild.
it's
When
been
did you graduate?
84 years.
When did you graduate?
2009.
Oh my goodness.
Same.
Hey, Vincent, Matt, you're old.
It's only because I didn't fail preschool.
If I wouldn't have failed preschool, it would have been 03. I was the guy buying everybody tobacco in high school because I was the only one old enough to.
Look at you now.
Yeah.
Dude, did you already have like the receding hairline by then, so they didn't even card you?
I already had a beard, so it wasn't even an issue.
There's always that one kid who's already got like he's balding, so they don't even ask.
It's like a pity privilege. He's losing all his hair. Let's just go ahead and give it to him. What's it gonna hurt?
Like, yeah, you look like 40.
Yeah. Well,
I can confirm that is hilarious that the crocodile's name was Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. That's wild. Oh, goodness. So, Vincent, I'm going to send you something. I need you to see this. I can't send it to the person that it's intended for yet because I'm going into Ada tomorrow to see how much it would cost just to have this one made just for him.
Oh no. Oh no.
Kyle saw it. Kyle saw it as well. But look at the back. Look what it says.
I see it. I see it. Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I asked Zach last night. I sent him a message and I said, hang on, let me read it. It says, I go, hey, that thing that we're talking about, that happened last year, right? I said, I'm getting something made for that. And he said, yeah, November of 2025. So he proceeds to send me the video that has been clipped of just that specific instance. Oh my gosh, is it hilarious? I've watched it probably 5 or 6 times today just because it's so funny.
Oh, I was there.
Yeah, I was too, and it was hilarious. I'm just going home. I'm leaving.
You know, sometimes the blessings of the Lord is just you're there and you were listening.
Yeah.
You're there and you're paying attention.
Fine.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I just want to get one. I'm not gonna have it made for like he needs that. You know what I mean? Because if anybody else does that, it's like, do you know Pastor? Like, how would we explain that to somebody? But I don't know.
This is the insidest of jokes.
Oh yeah. I can't wait. It's gonna be funny.
I want to be there when you give it to him.
Yeah. Update on the hats. I talked to the lady today, and she said that they should ship the end of this week. So we're good there.
Is that Richardson 112?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Went Richardson
I
112.
think I prefer the 114, but I can wear the 112 just fine.
I like the 115 better. So they make a 112, a 115. Then they
Maybe.
Well, the 115 is the low profile one. The 112 is the standard height one that you buy everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wearing one that was not a 112, but I put it on. I was like, yeah, this is kind of nice. Is the Lula Volunteer fire hat that I was wearing on Sunday. That one is a 115, I think. If there's not a 114, it's 115.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 114.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think I kind of like that one a little bit better.
I do. Well, that was the one I said I was gonna get, but you said not to because of the head size on it. You said it wouldn't fit right.
Is that what I said?
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize that's what it's doing. Like around the entire brim, it says 110.
I thought I had it backwards.
I didn't know that's what that stood
had
for.
it backwards.
What's that?
Like size-wise, I must have had it backwards.
No, because the way you explained it to me, the 112 is the one that would have fit your head, but the 115 is a shorter from here to here. It's just a lower profile, so you don't have all the excess up here.
Right.
But it's okay. They'll still be fine.
Yeah.
Like this hat.
I
this is a 112. Yeah, this is a 112, and like this is what. I mean, but it's got that much extra on top. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but we'll just leave that one
Well,
on
that's
now.
good for air flow whenever it's hot out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We're 15 past. Let's go ahead and get rolling. All right. So tonight's devotional is titled Genuine Awareness. Are you aware of God's presence in your daily life? And we're going to be looking at 1 Kings 17, 8 through 16, and then Exodus 16, 4. Vincent, I'll have you read 1 Kings because I tried to even pronounce the title and couldn't. So good luck, my friend.
Zarephath?
Zarephath.
Okay, well, good for y'all.
Love you, man.
I also so in Logos there's a little icon, you can just have them say it. Like you click on that word and it goes to the dictionary, and you click on the icon and it's like point, and the guy says it out loud, and like, oh, that's how that's pronounced. Neat.
I need to start using it. Okay, well, that's good.
Hey,
All
I
right.
love you exactly how you are.
Yeah, I am ready whenever you are.
All right. The widow of Zarephath. Then the word of the Lord came to him, Arise, go to Zarephath, which belongs to Sidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow there to feed you. So he arose and went to Zarephath. And when he came to the gate of the city, behold, a widow was there gathering sticks. And he called to her and said, Bring me a little water in a vessel, that I may drink. And as she was going to bring it, he called to her and said, Bring me a morsel of bread in your hand. And she said, As the Lord your God lives, I have nothing baked, only a handful of flour in a jar, and a little oil in a jug. And now I am gathering a couple of sticks, that I may go in and prepare it for myself and my son, that we may eat it and die. Okay, I wanted to make sure I read that correctly. And Elijah said to her, Do not fear. Go and do as you have said. But first make me a little cake of it and bring it to me. And afterward make something for yourself and your son. For thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, The jar of flour shall not be spent, and the jug of oil shall not be empty, until the day that the Lord sends rain upon the earth. And she went and did as Elijah said, and she and he and her household ate for many days. The jar of flour was not spent, neither did the jug of oil become empty, according to the word of the Lord that he spoke by Elijah.
Okay. So I need some help comprehending this story. So basically, Elijah goes to this
So
place,
basically,
meets this
yeah,
lady,
he went to that place. Go
Yes.
ahead.
and then
He-
this lady says, or he says, bring me a little water in a vessel that I may drink. Called her, bring me a morsel of bread in your hand. She said, As the Lord your God lives, I have nothing baked, only a handful of flour in a jar and a little oil in a jug. What's this part about her dying? And now I'm gathering a couple of sticks that I may go in and prepare it for myself and my son, that we may eat it and die. What does that mean?
So
Allow
there
me.
was
The intro to chapter 17 is the prediction of a drought. So there's a drought and famine going on, and she's talking about the only food that she has left available to her. And he's going up and asking for food from her, and she's saying, No, I'm gonna go take the last of the flour and oil I have. I'm gonna start a fire. I'm gonna bake it into cakes. My son and I are going to eat it, and after that we have no food, and then we are going to perish.
Okay. All right.
yeah,
Fair enough.
So that's
they're starving.
yeah. And after that, she does what Elijah tells her to, and he says that by the Lord our God, you will not run out of food. The jar will
Yeah.
not go empty for many days.
Mm.
And so it was. That's
Okay.
Which is it's a wild passage in itself. Like, could you imagine just pouring oil and it just never running out?
Well, I mean,
Even though there's
yeah.
like a little bit left in the jar.
It's like the
there's a
bread and the
continuous
fish.
flow.
Like the bread and the fish.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
they ran out of wine and then he did it with water in vessels, like.
All
right. Kyle, Exodus 16, verse 4, please.
Then the Lord said to Moses, Behold, I am about to rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a day's portion every day, that I may test them, whether they will walk in the in my law or not.
Almost feel like there needs to be some more context to this story. What's it
This
called?
is the
Bread from heaven. Okay. What would they be done by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt when we said?
this is the manna.
Oh, okay. Oh,
This
okay.
is the manna.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. This is what they become unhappy with later on.
Hey, man, can we have some quail? We want some quail.
Can we have some meat? Haley goes, "Hey Matt, you gonna eat some quail if we have any meals?" I was like, "Absolutely not." I was like, "You won't see me anywhere near those things." And I proceeded to tell her the story.
Oh.
There was something came up today where like we're talking about birds or something happened with birds and like, wait, we got to change it to quail for Matt. And it was like, I can't remember. I just can't.
Goodness. All right. Flipping over to the devotional, it says, if someone were to ask you whether you were aware of God, would you probably exclaim, "Of course I am. I go to church and I read my Bible." Now let's take one step further. Are you aware of God's presence in your daily life? The second question makes it a bit more personal, doesn't it? You might be thinking, I'm not sure. Am I really aware of God every minute of every day? We would like to have that constant appreciation, but it can be challenging. It requires us to ask some hard questions and make some necessary changes. During hard times, we often pray harder and longer, crying, "Help me, give me strength." Or perhaps, "I believe this," or "I can do that." Do you notice the common factor? The focus is on self, leaving the Lord out of the matter. We've zeroed in on the problem and wish for the ability to handle it on our own. This mindset can, in effect, make us blind to how God may be working. There are occasions when the Lord makes himself impossible to ignore, like the time he provided manna, making it rain bread from heaven. More often than not, God reveals himself to us in small ways, moment by moment, as he did with the widow's oil and flour that never ran out. Starting today, be on the lookout for evidence of him working in your life. Okay. So, who wants to go first?
My
Yeah.
wife said the scenario was about birds hitting our van after we hit one on the way to Oklahoma City. And if it was just quail and quail just kept killing themselves by ramming into the van, like no, I'm not getting out and eating the quail.
That's funny.
Sorry, I got a text
Oh, okay.
explaining the situation to me.
All right, I'll go first here, since nobody's volunteered. So being aware of God. So like this is something that we've talked about so many times. Seeing him throughout your everyday life. You know, what seems like coincidence at times may actually be God. Like it's hard to ignore some of the things that we take as coincidence, or we think that we made that happen, or I did that, or all these things, right? Um but how often do we stop and go, "Thank you, God," or recognize just his presence altogether in your daily life? Because I will say, like, anytime that I don't get upset, that's God. Like, for me personally, if I am staying calm in situations that would normally be stressful, or not really stressful, but just frustrating, I should say, and I'm able to stay calm, I'm very much aware of God in that situation, because I'm like, that's not me. You know what I mean? Um, but it says in here, the focus is on self, leaving the Lord out of the matter. We've zeroed in on the problem and wish for the ability to handle it on our own. Um, it says this mindset can, in effect, make us blind to how God may be working. So, you know, imagine missing out on God's presence in your life because all you're focused on is yourself, and thinking that whatever is playing out in front of you is the work of yourself. Like, imagine how much that would hinder your growing relationship with Him, because now you're taking gratitude that you could be giving to Him away. You're taking all sorts of just blessings that God might be able to pour out in your life because you're focused on self. But that's essentially that's what I got out of this. And it's not a matter of being aware of God every minute of every day. I think it's just seeing him throughout your day and going, wow, like there's God in this, there's God in that. You know what I mean? It's not just I see God once a week in my life. There's multiple things a day that I'm just like, oh well. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, he let me go through this and I responded wrong and I'm wrong. And I go to him and I'm like, hey, I was wrong. So anyway,
It
that's what I got out of this.
in that way, it can feel well. It can feel two ways. I think one is we can understand that God is there, but just not be able to see him. It's like the wind. When the air is still, you don't see the leaves blowing across the ground. There's no dust kicked up. You don't see the trees swaying back and forth. That doesn't mean the air's gone. That doesn't mean the air isn't flowing. You just don't see the power of it.
Yeah.
And in those moments, it's easy to look around and go, man, where's the wind at? Where's the air at? When you're sitting there and you're breathing it in, it's nourishing your very existence at that moment, but you just can't see it because you can't see it moving. But then a gust of wind shows up and you're like, there's God. Right? But the other way is like, has anyone ever played peekaboo with an infant?
Yeah. It's the greatest.
Do you know why peekaboo is so stimulating for an infant?
Because they don't have concept of permanence.
They don't understand that you're still there when they can't see you. What does that sound like?
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
But yes.
Right. We're all little infants,
Yeah.
and when we can't see God, we're just like, where's he at? Come on. It's like he's playing peekaboo, and we're like, there he is. And we're just
and then we're all happy again, and then it goes back to sour face.
Where'd it go? I love that analogy.
Oh, that's really good.
and so growing is growing from peekaboo up to God is the air you're breathing, and sometimes you just don't see him, to knowing that whether he's moving at this exact moment or not, he's surrounding everything. And the last step can, in a lot of ways, be, I think, harder than the first, getting to where you feel that presence around you always. Even knowing it's there, you can get, because of course you can get to where cognitively, like intellectually, he's there, but not feeling it, right? But then again, feeling it's never the intent. That's not the end goal, is that you feel the presence of God. It's that you know, love, and obey.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard the story today. This is kind of off topic, but I thought it'd be fun to share it. Kyle, actually, what did you have from this? I'll share it after you're done.
No, I'm 100% in that. That I'm not sure. Am I really aware of God every moment or every minute of every day? I like your analogy that kind of puts it into perspective a little bit. But professional Zach shared with me like little like biblical like daily read, and pretty much the takeaway from it was surrendering, and in it said, surrender is a starting point rather than an end, and in doing so you are affirming that everything moving forward from that point will be well. And I guess the question that I have in regards to this is if we are not to say, give me strength in this, or can you please help me, where that's pointing the focus on us, what would be a better way of addressing the hardships? What would be a better way of requesting that assistance? Would it be, you know, Lord, will you have your hand in this? Or what would be a better way of requesting for his help in our daily lives?
You know, it's okay to go through it one bit at a time, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Not to take it all in one bite. And
Mhm.
that I think that may look like, first of all, in whatever it is, you ask for what you want,
Mhm.
right? But then you ask for what you think is right. Then you ask for, in the end, down the line, you ask for that someone else's will be changed or that this situation be changed. But in the end, you ask that his will be done.
Right.
Um, I guess, this is going to be something where in any situation, it's going to depend. Maybe, your strength for any given thing may or may not be sufficient.
Mhm.
You may or may not be sufficient to deal with it this one time. But then if you are, then you have to go back and look at, what did I do wrong?
Mhm.
What can I do more right next time? And over time, it's less and less of you and more of him who's dealing with the
Mhm.
situation.
Right. But
You
I
know,
mean,
that
we've discussed starting out our day with, like you said, Matt, Lord gave me the strength to tackle whatever trials are, in my path for today. Would it be better to say, Lord, let your will be done for today, and
Well, I mean, that's what the Lord's
let,
Prayer covers. The Lord's
yeah.
Prayer is the outline, right? Like it's how we
Mhm.
should pray. But he's not asking you to say that prayer. He's just saying that this is how we should come to the Father, and it's looking at what's being asked for in the prayer and then
Right.
using that as the guide to guide our prayers, to fit it into what we're experiencing or to what's going on in our life and to mesh it with that guideline kind of thing. So,
Okay.
um, because when I pray for strength for the day, and what Vince made a good point a second ago about your strength might be sufficient. Let's think of it in this way: there's one guy. Let's say there's two guys that dip or addicted to nicotine or
Mhm.
tobacco. One
Mhm.
guy might have the strength to quit on his own, to just go cold
Mhm.
turkey and never touch it again. I've met those people, seen those people. Then you have the other guy that can't, right? That guy needs strength from somewhere else. He needs
Yeah.
it's a lot harder of a road for the second guy than it is the first. So if we consider that and we say, okay, there's one that this might come particularly easy to in this scenario, and there's one that it may not. The one that may not is going to rely on God a lot more to overcome whatever it is he's talking about, right? Like he is constantly asking for strength. The guy that it might be really easy for, he might be very aware that God has given him that strength through other things. Like his strength has been building over a long period of time, or self-control, or whatever that looks like, right? He might have already gone through
Right.
these experiences to be at the point where he's at and to understand. So, I just think that there's
And
oh, go ahead.
you might be both guys, but for different things,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
There's going to be things that you can just lay aside, and he gives you the strength for that in other ways. But then there's things that keep coming back that you have to keep asking for, and one thing about it, you keep asking for that strength is that you keep choosing him.
Yeah.
You keep choosing him for that provision, not laying it on yourself over and over again.
Mm,
Because part of my point earlier was you have limited strength.
mm,
You may triumph once or twice or any number of times. Eventually you lose.
yeah.
Eventually you fail. Eventually you give in.
Mm,
There was a time when I had a little motto that I kind of just kept to myself. And every time I came up with something that I wasn't doing right, it was try a little harder.
Mm.
And that's just not enough.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
It wasn't until I started asking for his strength in certain areas where things started to move in the right direction.
Mm.
Not perfectly, but move.
Yeah.
So instead of saying try a little harder, replace that
Try a
with
little.
lean on him more.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's our equivalent of saying be better. You know, do
Get
better.
good.
Listen.
Do better, Kyle.
Listen. Don't immortalize that.
Yeah.
Have you
it's finally starting to quiet down.
No, I'm bringing it back.
Nope.
So the story I was going to share, since we were talking about Moses a little bit, I heard this very interesting story today. It's very interesting. So what it was is, I guess in the Bible, God tells Moses no 2 different times for 2 different things. To the best of the person's recollection, it's 2 things. The first thing is, Moses asked to see God's face, and he said, or to see the glory of God, and God says, I can't show you my face, and he turns his back, and and he's like, but if you'll peek up after I pass, you can see. He said basically you can't see my face. All right, so he told him no to seeing his face, and then he wasn't allowed to go to the promised land, which was Israel. So those were the 2 no's that God told Moses. And
because
then
of that rock.
yeah, it would have been 1, but because of the rock, he wasn't the way he struck the rock. Instead of speaking to the rock, he was not allowed to go to Israel. So there's 2 no's to Moses. Now, fast forward to Jesus when the transfiguration occurs. Who's he talking to? Moses and Elijah.
Yeah.
In Jerusalem, talking to the living God. He saw his face and he was in the promised land. I was like, oh, that's super cool. I was like, that is a really cool thing that is going on right there.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So when Moses was told no, he eventually, it wasn't no forever. It was eventually it was yes. That eventually he stood in the promised land and he saw the face of God, but he just wasn't allowed to do it at that time.
Well, he wasn't alive when it happened. That's the thing, is that
Yeah.
like that might have been there's a couple
death.
there's a couple of things revolving that, but going into that is just too deep in the woods sometimes.
It's interesting that
I just thought it was funny
he
that the 2
said
no's. Oh, go ahead.
what?
I was just saying it's interesting about the 2 no's that God gave Moses
Yeah.
ended up being the 2 yeses in that, or not the 2 yeses, but the 2 things that
Yes.
he experienced when Christ transfigured.
Yeah. And I was going to say it's interesting that he said no instead of in time, whereas more of like a test of faith. That's interesting.
Yeah. It was Josh Howerton put that out today, and I was like, wow, that is wild.
Puts things into perspective. Just because we're told no doesn't mean it's indefinite.
Yeah. I mean, think about being terminally ill, asking for healing, and God gives you a no, but that no is not no forever. It will be a yes eventually, right?
Mhm.
Because you will be healed.
Well, that's one of those things that, among the terminally ill, especially those who have children who are terminally ill,
Mhm.
the miracle occurs. Some look at it this way. I'm not going to say everyone does. I have a good friend who looks at it this way, that her daughter received her miracle,
Mm-hmm.
even though her earthly body was not healed.
Yeah.
she received her miracle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And that's a
that's.
very spiritual and healthy way to look at it.
Mm-hmm. I think so too, because that's our no's that we're getting here are because of his plan for us, right? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
it's not no because he doesn't like us or love us. You know what I mean? Like it's because there's something that he's working on that we don't see. So,
Yeah.
um,
You still don't smile, right?
that's like your grandma praying for your smile to be corrected. It may not happen in this lifetime, but you may get
Yeah,
to
I was gonna
heaven
say.
and you might have the most picture perfect smile there is. You know, who knows?
I'm, I'm working on
Fine, Grandma.
it.
Oh goodness. But
I'm just
yeah.
imagining Kyle as Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. Yeah. Um I mean, regarding this one though, like the whole are you aware of God's presence in your daily life? I think that's where the call to just take a step back or take a step or a moment during the day. Maybe often, maybe a couple of times during the day and just go, am I aware of God's presence? And then look for those things in your life that's unmistakably him. You know what I mean? Because if you look hard enough, you'll find it. You will see it. But you got to take
Please step
yourself out of
outside.
the equation. What's that?
You step outside. If you're having trouble, go step
Yeah.
outside because that's his creation,
Mm-hmm.
without a doubt. Like go get in nature and you
Yeah.
can see his creation.
Yeah. If you can't
It
find
was
your
snowing. It was snowing a couple days ago. That's only by God.
I mean, it's real easy to I mean, okay, like here's the thing. You can get promoted at work. It's because I'm a great worker. I deserve this. I did this, right? Or did God allow it?
I don't deserve nothing.
Right. Cuz he's bringing you in to steward something that he's giving you. So, again, I see everything is not from me. It's not from me. I know I don't do a well enough job at my job to get promoted. I know that for certain. Um, but he's got a greater plan for things, so he's allowing it. I'm like, okay, well now I have to steward what he's given me. Uh, I don't know.
I just got to point out
What's that?
it's Steward. Stewart is a name. Steward
Yeah, that's what I'm
is when
saying.
you
Stewarding.
you're saying Stewart.
No,
Kyle, back me up here.
I'm saying
you said
stewarding. It just sounds like
Okay.
stewarding
I
because
was right.
I enunciate real bad. It's stewarding.
I would just
Yeah.
okay.
It's
All right, fine.
instead of twang.
Yeah.
I was like, you're making me think about that rat. Like every time Stewart, like
My brain
Okay.
is saying stewarding. If my mouth is saying stewarding,
Right.
I might be wrong. I'm sorry.
well, you're
But
saying stewarding now.
yeah, it's stewarding, but I'm emphasizing the D now because I'm aware that it's sounding like stewarding.
Steward.
But if I was saying it, sorry.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, I do know the difference.
We're good.
Yeah, so well, lost my train of thought now. So y'all can finish up.
Like I said, I've gotten a lot better at, praising God, thanking God, and recognizing God in my daily life. Could I be better? Yes. There's like, for example, today I was sitting at my desk and I'd just been plugging away all day long. It was like one of those days where it feels like an hour. At 10 o'clock, you look at the clock and it's 10:05. You blink and it's 2:30. And I had mentioned, man, I was gonna go work out today, and I'm not gonna be able to get out there, so on X, Y, and Z. And like as soon as I had that thought, one of my good buddies hit me up and said, "Hey, I need your help," and that resulted in a fairly good workout. Wasn't at the gym, but by the God but God's graciousness, I got a good workout as soon as I said that. So, and him and I laughed about that. It's like, yeah, he works in mysterious ways. I was not expecting to do this today, but yeah, I mean, he listens. He listens.
Part of this awareness is having our minds right, and the understanding that he dwells within us, and he does not dwell in a certain place. We do not go to church to meet God there. We go to church to gather with other believers, but he does not dwell within the tabernacle at the altar. The curtain was torn. God is no longer dwelling in the temple, right? And having our minds correct that he is here with us all of the time, and that we are the church, not the church is a place, and that's where you go and find God. Because even as a child, it was easy for me to say, like, God's here in this place, in the church. But it took a while to get God back out of that building, right? So, and I think this just goes back to, like,
what do you mean get God out of that building? Like
he's not stuck in the building.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
He's not, stuck. Is like he's the door's too small. He can't get out. We got him trapped in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The church was like the metaphorical keeping God in a box.
Yeah, the little C church.
Yeah. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts on it? Chat. We haven't had one chat, so there's nothing to read.
People watching, but
yeah, that's all right.
Tonight.
Yep. It will be that way from time to time. Well, I don't have any final thoughts on it. Says last line says, starting today, be on the lookout for evidence of him working in your life. And it could be small things, it can be in the big things, but I would make it more of a habit to look in the small things of life to find him.
Yeah.
Because more likely than not, that's where you're gonna see it.
Like Vincent said, recognize him even in the stillness.
And
I like that. I like that. Thank you, Vincent. Another good quote. I'm gonna have to add that to my wall.
Well, I mean, that goes back to how he speaks. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't in the fire, the earthquake, or the strong wind. It was after the strong wind came a whisper.
Yep,
so
whisper.
I mean, yeah. All right. Well,
good.
Kyle, you want to pray us out, brother?
Sure.
All right.
Heavenly Father, once more we come to you today for giving you thanks and giving you praise for another day on this earth. Thank you for allowing us an opportunity to spend time with our friends, our families, our loved ones, and whoever you have put in our path today. Lord, today we ask that you give us that stillness of the mind, stillness of our life, to be able to recognize you more, and not only the big successes and big victories in our lives, but the little things. Help us to recognize your will that you have put in front of us. Help us recognize that though we may be busy-minded, busybodies, and just ever so caught up in whatever we're doing, but give us that recognition that you are there with us, that you have a hand in every step of our day, every step of our lives. Lord, though we may get no's from you from time to time, please know that we recognize that it is because you have a plan for us. And I pray that those plans help move people, help plant seeds, and help those grow closer to you. in whatever way you see fit. Lord, I say all these things in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. All right. Well, I got to do some things before I go to bed, so I'm gonna end this one early, and we'll be back again tomorrow. Oh, go ahead. You have something, Kyle?
We got a comment.
Oh, we got a couple now. Kaylani says, one place I see God a lot is when I'm having thoughts about something and I see those thoughts expressed through someone else. The same Holy Spirit that is living in me is working through others too. But he is everywhere, but some things are more obvious than others. But once something specific is recognized as God, it's easier to see in the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I like that too. I guess it's easier to recognize the blessings and God's hand in things when you see it through others and not necessarily through yourself. So I recognize that today as well through that friend. But yeah, good point. Good point.
Agreed. Well, as a reminder, tomorrow is Tuesday, so this will be our last live stream for the week minus Wednesday. So join us tomorrow, and then we'll be back again Sunday. If you haven't gone to the giveaway site, I saw Kehlani tagged a couple people. Make sure you tag your friends in that thing. Tag people that might be interested in entering. It'd be a great way to spread the word of the giveaway a little bit. But if you haven't, the link is in the description. You can click on the link, and all you have to do is follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and comment Bible in the picture. And that enters you for a chance to win a Bible and a hat. There'll be 2 winners, a male and a female, and we're going to draw on Sunday. So, again, if we don't get more people here soon, I'm going to open it up to family members. I'm going to wait till Wednesday to do so, see what Wednesday brings. If nothing else, then I'll open it up to our family members as well, and then they can enter as well. So, anyway, anything else before we log off? No? Okay.
Negative.
All right. All right, everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Adios.
Have a blessed night, everybody.
Bye-bye.